Democratic Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger has gone after Nancy Pelosi in a pretty aggressive fashion, which is very interesting to see. So pretty much, as you guys probably remember, there was a lot of talk a few months ago about the ability for Congress members to trade in the stock market to be heavily restricted or banned. And so that's been something that was getting pushed for. And Nancy Pelosi originally said, I don't support this. And then once she saw a lot of support growing within her caucus, changed her public statement saying she does support it. But Spanberg is saying that behind the scenes, Pelosi is preventing this from actually happening, or at least stalling, delaying, because in her heart of hearts, she doesn't want it to happen. So she's using delay tactics, as Spanberg says. So we'll look at this statement that this Congresswoman put out, and then Nancy Pelosi's response. But this is very interesting, a little bit of a clash within the Democratic Party. For months, momentum grew, and again, this is Abigail Spanberger's statement, in both the U.S. House and the U.S. Senate to finally take a step towards prohibiting members of Congress from day trading while on the job. We saw remarkable progress towards rectifying glaring examples of conflict of interest. And after first signaling her opposition to these reforms, the Speaker purportedly reversed her position. However, our bipartisan reform coalition was then subjected to repeated delay tactics, hand-waving gestures, and blatant instances of Lucy pulling the football. She continued, noting that Speaker Nancy Pelosi initially opposed the measure before embracing it. Pelosi has been at the center of criticism over her husband's well-timed and lucrative stock trades, although no official allegations of wrongdoing have been leveraged against Pelosi. This moment marks a failure of House leadership, and it's yet another example of why I believe that the Democratic Party needs new leaders in the halls of Capitol Hill, as I have long made known. New leaders within the halls of Capitol Hill. That's pretty interesting. I mean, it's something that should happen more often, but it's pretty rare still that people within a party openly speak out against the leader of that party in the House or Senate or something. Because you're going to get a lot of behind the scenes vitriol from people who have a lot of power. So it is often avoided. So it's a big moment that Abigail Spanberger is calling for this openly. And then here is Pelosi getting asked during one of her press conferences about this statement, and she kind of just avoids answering it.
Leadership. What do you say in response to her criticism, but generally going forward as we get after the midterms and people start to wonder whether you're going to be here and other leaders are going to be here in the new Congress?
Which question?
So that's kind of the end of his question. He pretty much just asked, in light of this statement, do you think you're going to be the leader going forward after the midterms?
Do you want me to answer? Choose one.
Do you intend to be here in the new Congress as the Speaker, as the minority leader?
I'm strictly focused on winning the next election. Do you want to talk about that? Okay, is that your question? Who's next?
Ooh, so he just says, who's next? Okay. I mean, I agree. It's time for, if nothing else, a new generation of leaders, I think. A new, fresh batch of people and ideas to be in those positions of power. Nancy Pelosi, your time has, I think, come to an end as the leader of the party. And I think it would be great if she moved on, if someone else took that place. And it would absolutely be, in my opinion, beneficial for the party and beneficial for the country. But there it is. Abigail Spanberger pretty aggressively going after the leader of her party. And I think is absolutely the right thing to be doing.